you think about resilience? Do you think it's being tough? Well, think again. Because the neuroscience proves that resilience is a structure of your brain. It literally is the definition of stretching those neurons upstairs so that your neurons can handle the challenges and obstacles of your life so that you are in control of anything, everything that is going on around you. Wouldn't you want that? That's what we're talking about today. Let's begin.
Are you ready to shine? Come on, it's the shiny one.
You got this.
My dear shiny mind, you who's watching, may I invite you to hit that subscribe button? This way, you and I are going to become partners in shine and elevate the consciousness in the world. Thank you so much in advance, and I'll see you inside.
Welcome to the Shiny Minds Show with Dr. Shiny. I am Dr. Shiny Burcu Ünsal. I am the proud founder of the Academy of Neuro-shine Technology, a global award-winning ICF accredited coaching education program, which combines 10 powerful disciplines, including neuro-linguistic programming, neuroscience, hard science, quantum physics, metaphysics, leadership communication strategies, emotional intelligence, cosmology. You got the point. We cover the deepest, the most profound topics in one program so that we can literally rewire those neurons for ultimate resilience. Neuro-shine technology stands for strength, courage, empowerment. What is it all about? Resilience. When I created Neuro-shine technology, I had only one goal. I needed it. I needed to know more about myself. I needed to know more about how to handle life. You know what I mean? People in life, situations that I come across, and the challenges, the obstacles, like, what do I do? Instead of like going crazy. So I created my Neuro-shine technology for that reason. And when I created my business, it was believe in you. It was still about resilience. In time, I named it Academy of Neuro-shine Technology. And today I am coming to you with thousands of hours of coaching experience as an ICF Master Certified Coach, thousands of people trained, more than 500 of them I personally trained and certified as a coach. And then they are all over the world in more than 56 countries and in 6 continents. I have a proven methodology, a mindset technology that I look at technology for truth. And today I want to talk to you about why my technology for truth is your ultimate program for authentic expression of who you are, your freedom, and a life aligned with your truth. That is why I created my Neuro-shine technology, and then I come to you with results today. And I want to talk about resilience from 3 perspectives. Number 1, I want to talk about the science of perspective shifting. There is literally a science called neuroplasticity. If you haven't heard about it, let me break it down. Neuroplasticity is the science behind how plastic, elastic, and stretchy and flexible your neurons are. Human brain loves efficiency, and neuroscience looks at this efficiency with 2 simple laws of the brain. Number 1, when neurons fire together, they wire together. Meaning, when you are using your neurons for a topic, for a point that you are observing, you're putting your attention to, then that topic becomes something that you know about. You have knowledge about it. And that knowledge, that information in your neurons is almost like a highway, right? So you take that highway and then you keep going through that highway every day, again and again and again. So you have that familiarity. And now your neurons take it over and then you let go, because now in time it becomes automatic. Neuro-linguistic programming also comes here and then tells you that there are levels, actually 4 levels of learning. from unconscious incompetence to unconscious competence. You're unconscious and incompetence, meaning you don't know what you don't know. And 10,000 hours later, you are still unconscious because you even forgot about how you did it, because you have done it so many times that your neurons actually became so great at going through that highway. And then they took charge. You took charge. You built that resilience. You experienced so many setbacks, so many obstacles. Life actually gave you so many lemons that you are the expert of lemonades. Do I make sense? So that is neuroscience. The other second law of the neuroscience is synaptic pruning. Synaptic pruning is all about letting go of what doesn't serve you. Think about a bottle of water. And in this bottle of water, if you have even one drop of poison, when you don't clean the poison from the bottle, what happens? You still have a poisonous water, right? It's the same thing. Even if you have one drop of teeny tiny negative thought or belief about who you are, about life, about people, guess what? That is still poisonous. You still need to take that weed out because it is interrupting the well-being of the other neurons. So that weed needs to just go. You need to let that go. That is the neuroscience part of what we are doing with your resilience. These two laws of neuroscience is also a part of what we know in today's world as neuroplasticity. Because neuroplasticity is not only looking at the hormones and the pineal glands of what is really going on in different parts of your brain, like your prefrontal cortex or your amygdala, your fear center at the back of your brain. It is also looking at these two laws and then combining and then giving you literally a map, a roadmap of what to do and how to rewire your neurons so that you have the inner strength, inner meaning like your organs all the way up to your brain and your neurons. You have the strength. Like there is science behind it. So for you to rewire your neurons, those cute little neurons, for the ultimate resilience, you need some sort of a trigger, right? That trigger is the coaching mindset, the questions, those hooks. Somebody is asking you a question, just so they're like hooking that neuron from your brain, and they are actually making them dance with this neuron right here. And then together they are forming a new neural pathway. So if every day a new challenge challenges you to form different pathways, think about all the highways that you get to build in your brain. And so your brain, when you just put it under all the measurement of the EEGs and everything, it's just going to shine so bright because every part of your brain is thinking. There is electricity going on. There's so much like synaptical neuro-shine moments that I call happening in your brain. And that is resilience. You can see it, measure it, and feel it. So this was the science of resilience. Hello, Shiny Minds. Sorry to interrupt, but I just wanted to tell you that this Shiny Minds show is sponsored by my Academy of Neuro-shine Technology, where myself as the founder and my hand-selected amazing elite ICF accredited coach educators are here to support you, to make you feel safe, seen, heard, appreciated, free to become whoever you want to be, and also transformed forever, inside out. We are here to hold your hand and to support your growth. If you feel it in your heart to become more and achieve more, then go to shinyuinstall.com, grab that PDF, and we will see you inside. Now let's talk about my second point, which is the art of resilience. It is all in the moment. When you're in the moment, you are the one who is going to do something about it. I have only one tip to share with you. Ask yourself this question: what am I in control of? If you are not asking this question to yourself, you're going to find yourself trying to fix problems that are totally outside of your control, including some other people's perspectives and then how they live their life and then why they're wearing that yellow instead of black. You are going to be busy trying to solve problems that don't help anyone, including your own. Nobody's problems are solved like that. You want to ask the question of, what am I in control of? What am I in charge of? When you point the arrow back to yourself, look in the mirror. That is the art of resilience. Resilience is always like taking responsibility. What am I in charge of? Instead of complaining and blaming and putting the finger on other things and in external situations, I invite you to turn that finger back to yourself and ask, how did I create this for me? And what can I do to change it? What is it in my control? If you are faced with a challenge, and if it is bothering you, I got news for you. You are going to do something about it. Otherwise, what you do is not called resilience. If you are complaining about it, you're being the victim of it. If you are blaming somebody for it, you're being the victim of it. If you are having a self-pity party at home, you're being the victim and you're not having resilience. So I think I just made my point. The art of resilience is taking full, extreme, radical responsibility, and you have nobody but yourself to just do something about it. And my third point about resilience is the cousin ecosystem. I love using this metaphor. Whenever I teach my coaching education, I explain active listening and evoking awareness as cousins. And today, what I am going to tell you is that positivity, neuroplasticity, and resilience are all cousins. Why? Think about a somewhat not very convincing positivity. Okay. So you find yourself saying this, yeah, everything is going to be fine. Yeah, we're going to do this, but you don't believe it. You're like, no, that is such a lie. I'm lying to myself. You don't believe it, right? So you want to face it. You want to be very honest about it. You want to include your facts, your truth. You never, ever want to dismiss where you are, what you feel, and what is really going on. You don't want to argue with your reality. You want to accept it and then roll with it. For example, I have this sandwich model that I can share with you that is a great example to insert your truth, your honesty with positivity. The sandwich model starts with stating the fact. Say, hey, you are late to our meeting, and it has been a pattern that you have been late for the last 4 meetings. I am not really okay with that. I really want us to talk about this because I value my time, your time, our time. I would like us to find a solution for it. What did you just do? You stated something that is happening. You're not sugarcoating. You're not hiding. You're not self-silencing yourself. You're stating a fact that somebody is late. Not only somebody is late, but they have been late for the past 4 times and it is bothering you. You're not okay with it. And then immediately there's positivity. You are looking for a way to find a solution because that is important for you. That is positivity. You're stating the fact, you're accepting what is going on, and then jumping into the positive solution after that. If you are not stating what is going on, that might be what people talk about toxic positivity because you are literally dismissing what is really going on. We don't want that. We want realistic, almost scientific positivity backed by neuroscience and neuroplasticity because your brain knows. If you try to dismiss what happened, if you self-silence yourself, if you never mention that, hey, you have been late for the past 4 times, and I'm not okay with that. If you don't say that, you know what you're doing? You are commending, you're sending a comment to your neurons saying that it's totally okay because you're not voicing it and you're kind of like self-silencing yourself. And then your neurons are like, no, 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 no. We don't want that. We don't want to dismiss it. We want to voice it. We want to express it. Your neurons are there for you to express yourself. That is how you're going to straighten out and then have resilience built inside. That inner strength, that positive outlook is not going to happen by itself. You're going to program it. You're going to do something about it. When you do it, then your neurons are aligned with it. Then what we're talking about is strength. Then what we are talking about, this ecosystem that I call cousins. Oh, there's actually truth telling. And then we are backing it up with neuroscience, with positivity, and then it becomes resilience. Then you are actually convincing yourself that, hey, I stood up for myself. I actually spoke up. I was there for myself. I demonstrated self-love. I stretched my neurons because it was out of my comfort zone to speak my truth. Even though it was uncomfortable, I did it, and I am definitely proud of myself. And that is a combination of science, art, and the heart of resilience, my dear shiny minds. So that's it for today. If you liked it, please put a like and share it with others so we live in a more resilient world together. And drop a comment below and tell me what is the most resilient action you have taken today. What is the most resilient one? Perhaps you have taken a lot of actions that are resilient. I want to hear about the biggest one, the most important one. And if you are ready to commit to your resilience, to commit to your inner strength, just drop a comment below and say stretch. That way, you are committing, you are saying stretch as a command to your neurons, and together we are inviting everyone to become more resilient, more empowered, and more sovereign leaders in the world. That is the outcome. That's where I want to go. I want us to be the leaders, the change that we want to see in the world. Until next time, keep shining your light.
Go galactic.
Go galactic. Go galactic.
Then you're in the right place. Let's go, let's go.